Hi everyone, my name is Father Phil Mulligan, and as you know, on March 22nd we're celebrating World Water Day. So I'd like to speak to you a little bit about the importance of water in the life of the church. So whenever you think of water, there's both a good thing and a bad thing about it. Too much water, we could drown, floods, not good. But if we don't have enough water, we won't live on this planet. So we need water. Even way, way, way back in the creation of the world, God separated the waters, it says. The waters above and the waters below. So God brought order into our chaotic life, into life that was topsy-turvy, really a mess that had no meaning. And God brought meaning through separation of the waters. In other words, God was saying, I am with you in all the chaotic moments of life. Later on, God is going to call a guy named Moses to lead our ancestors from slavery in Egypt into the desert, out of slavery and into freedom. And they're going to have to what? They're going to have to cross through water. God made the waters to separate, and the people walked in dry land. And then a little later on, before they go into the promised land, Joshua, the successor of Moses, is going to lead our ancestors in faith into the promised land. So while they were free, they still didn't have a home. So by being led across the water, across the Jordan River into the promised land, they now had a home. And God was saying, I am with you through all your struggles. And then we get to the church. And Jesus himself is baptized. And there's a picture of Jesus in the Jordan River up there. He wanted to go back to a place that was important to his ancestors when they were led into the promised land. And when he's in the water, when he comes out of the water, he hears a voice saying, you are my beloved son. So I hope at some point in your life, you can hear those words too. You are my beloved daughter. You are my beloved son. And I will be with you wherever you go in life. Now, when Jesus went into the water, he was already thinking ahead of his own dying and rising. So picture it this way. This is our baptismal font here. And it's sort of like Good Friday. Jesus is going down from the cross. He's dead on the cross. He's put down into a tomb. And he rests at the bottom of this grave. And then, as you know, it's not the end of the story. On Easter Sunday morning, God raises him to new life. So he has to pass through death into new life. He can't go around it. He can't leapfrog it. He has to go through it. And you and I have to go through some tough things in life too, do we not? We kind of symbolically, we have to die. So when things don't go our way in life, when plans don't work out, it feels like a little death in our lives. But God says, I'm with you in that struggle, and you will come through okay. You will get to Easter. When we feel lonely and abandoned and nobody understands us, as we've all felt that way in different parts of our lives, God is saying, you know what? I am with you. I'm with you in the water, and you will come through okay. When you're sick and you can't do the things you like to do, or maybe you don't have very many friends, God says, I'm in the water with you, and we will come through together to a more abundant life. So, there's ordinary water which we need for life on this planet, but in the church we bless the water. In a sense, think of the Spirit going into the water and making this holy water. So everything you do in life, know that the Spirit is with you. There's something holy and sacred going on, even in the struggles of life. In the baptismal water, like I said, it's sort of like the tomb where we join Jesus in his death so that we can join him in his resurrection as well. So every time we come into the church, you'll see people reaching into the baptismal font and blessing themselves with water. They're reminding themselves that they have joined Jesus not only in his death, but in his resurrection. It's always a package deal. And then maybe some of you have been to a funeral where the casket comes up and the priest reaches in and picks up a whole bunch of holy water
and pours it on the remains of the person on their casket. Again, a reminder, this person has died, has joined Jesus in his death, but that's not the end of the story. They also join him in his resurrection. So there are many opportunities for us to connect with God, who is always with us, who is always bringing life into our life situations, and God uses water as one of the most powerful symbols to do so. So I hope that was helpful. And every time you come into the church, you'll remind yourself that you belong to God, who has never left you, never abandoned you. And every time you make the sign of the cross, I hope you'll feel the closeness of God in your